At Mount Natabu. Anyways, we had just arrived at the location. The three of us saw that there was a bunch of dead demon slayers. Some of them were tied to threads, and some of their body parts were twisted and contorted, and some of them were stabbed by one another. This is a chaos. I think we might not just face one of the 12 Kisuke. I spoke. You're right, Yin. What do we do then? Separate? Togeda-san? Shinobu said as Giyu nodded. Then I'll take my leave first, I said as I went into the other direction. I'll just use my fourth form in this mission, so it wouldn't be hard to control demons' feelings and kill them instantly. But if I face the lower moon, then I should not use that one. I continued to run as fast as I could, where I could feel vibrations of fighting and the smell of blood trailing on it. A single demon slayer is fighting a demon who had the strength of a bear. That's gotta be the given demon slayer. Trouble, though. I then jumped high above to see what was happening. I couldn't see clearly because I was on top of a tree. Shattered love breathing technique. Fourth form. Hallucinated feelings. I then used my form and used it to the demon before he notices me and slashes its head quickly when I went lower. Cling! That one's done, and I could sense it's not a lower rank. It's not the one I was trying to have. You just killed the lower moon. I've never seen someone cool just like you. Oh. A voice spoke as I looked behind to see a half-naked guy with a boar mask on his face and blood that was bleeding out from both of his arms. You sure seem to be having a tough fight, I said as he stood up and making an irk mark on his boar mask. Who are you? He hissed suddenly. I'm the Shattered Hashira. You must be a demon slayer from what I assume that you fought with the demon? I said as he got closer to me. Fight me so I can become stronger, he demanded as I sighed. Go back to training so you could get stronger, then asking me to a fight. I said as I tied him up onto a tree, and he continued to shout as I left him to be like that as I went to another direction. I couldn't find any demon around this area, so I headed back to where Shinobu and Togeda-san and I had been earlier before we got separated, and saw that they were already in a bunch of Kazuki had arrived. Yin-sama, one of them exclaimed. I see that you're already here. I'll help you to cut all those threads fast, I said as they nodded. I helped the Kazuki from cutting the threads off and take all of the dead bodies from the demon slayers that were lying above the trees and other places. Kanoto Shinobu, Togeda-Giyu, Yin Kanroji went to the Urushigi estate and bring Danjiro Kamado and Nezuko the demon with a bamboo in her mouth. A demon? Not going to bring to the estate? Is this some kind of joke? I clenched my fist from what I've just heard from the crow and just sighed before looking at the Kazuki. Let's all head back and bury the dead bodies, I said as they nodded and making their move. At the Urushigi estate, all of the Hashira, including me, and except for Shinagawa-san, that wasn't been here, gathered outside the yard of Okitama-sama's yard, and especially the demon-slaying boy Tanjiro Kamado, had been accompanied by his sister, the demon named Nezuko Kamado. It seems like Togeda-san knew about this, I spoke as I looked at him. He did knew about it. Oh, the boy's awake. Shinobu-san said as we all put our attention to the boy. Nezuko! Nezuko! The boy shouted as he was looking left to right. What a pity he is. But I can feel your feelings. You have been in pain and always honest to yourself. I wonder how can you love something so much? And she accompanies you, even as a demon. Matsuru, Zenitsu, Inosuke, he shouted again. Who is he calling? Please, calm down. Here, drink this. It's water with painkillers in it. Shinobu-san offered the drink to the boy as the boy drinks it up. Now tell me, why are you accompanied by a demon? Shinobu-san asked as the boy shook his head. She's not a demon. She's my sister. Nezuko and I will fight demons together, he exclaimed as I went closer to him and he looked at me. Is he telling the truth, Yin? Shinobu asked, and I nodded. He's honest with his words, and there isn't a lie to it. I must say, Nezuko can be one of us. I was cut off. That's not flamboyant of anyone, Yin, Uzui said. Forgive Yin, for she doesn't know what she says. Hajijin spoke. Yin, Big Sister said as I looked at her. I know what I'm saying. It's just that this boy, his eyes tell me everything, I said as I crouched down close to the boy and he looked at me. Okay, that's enough staring. I'm a bit jealous now, Kojiro said as he dragged me away. Shinagawa-san, please put the box down, the Kazuki said as Shinagawa was to be found holding the box within his left hand. Sanemi-san, please don't make any certain actions at Okitama-sama until Okitama-sama is here, Shinobu said. Do you think she's in there? I asked Kojiro as he nods. I can feel the sense of a demon inside of it. How come you can't? He asked as I looked at him, a bit irritated from what he said as he shook his head. I can only sense feelings and emotions if I saw them personally or looked straight into their eyes, I said as he nods. But please, don't look at Komodo like that again, he said as I chuckled and just nodded. Before Kojiro could say anything, Shinagawa took out his blade and stabbed the box, which made the boy get mad and keep shouting to stop, but Shinagawa couldn't care less. Again, before Shinagawa could stab more, the boy stood up and ran straight at him to give him a headbutt, which made Shinagawa collapse backwards and let go of the box, which I luckily was quick to catch the box and put it down to the boy, as I just gave him a nod and went back to Kojiro. The hell? Shinagawa-san was now mad. The master is here, the twins announced, and all of us lowered down our heads to respect Okitama-sama. I wish for your health, Okitama-sama. Shinagawa spoke as Okitama-sama nods. Quick change. Thank you, Shinagawa. He replies with a sweet voice. No wonder he can tame Shinagawa-san by the sweet and soft voice of him. Now, shall we start about the Komodos? Okitama said as we began to discuss about it. There was a bit of an argument between Shinagawa-san's thought and Okitama-sama's order about not accepting the demon as part of the demon-slaying course, since she's still technically, after all, is a demon, but in the end, the demon refused to take a bite from Shinagawa-san's arm that he cut a bit and offered. And then Shinobu gladly took the Komodos to her estate as they were dragged out by Kazuki, and we discussed something more about the Komodos before the meeting was ended. What do you think about the end, if Nezuko will betray us or not? I asked Kojiro, who stood next to me. I don't know, but if he tries to harm any of us, especially Okitama-sama and you, I wouldn't forgive her, he replied. I wonder how things will work out in the very end for us. Someone's getting a little jealous. I wonder who that could be.